So in this video I want to show you just printing a job on a Mimaki UJF MKII Mark II EX. So obviously the UJFs are pretty much the same, it doesn't matter what these numbers are, it's the same process for pretty much all of them. But yeah, this is shown on our UJF EX from the Mark II. So yeah, this is just going to be a standard colour print on this machine. I just want to show you the process from start to finish. Obviously bringing in our file into our software, putting our board into our printer, and then printing it. So this is what I'm going to be printing on. So this is just a 3mm Foamex, and what I'm going to do first is I'm going to set that up. I'm going to put it in my printer. So printer is turned on. As you can see, there's no material in there or anything like that, but the printer is turned on. So I'm going to lift the cover. You will get all the warning because you just opened the cover. It will tell you that the cover's open. I'm then going to put my board in. I'm going to put it in this way round. So you can see on these machines you have your little sort of cross hatches there. You can bring your board into that bit. Obviously you can also put a marker down here. You can put your jigs in as well. So we have the option to use the vacuum on this bed as well. So go and just pop that in like that. So I'm going to drop my cover down, and then I'm going to go to menu first. So going into menu, I'm then going to go to head height. So this machine has recently had some other types of material in, so I'm going to go into head height. I'm going to check my media thickness. So at the moment I've got 3mm in there and it's saying I've got a thickness of 2.8. So what I want to do is going to press enter on that one, and then I'm going to increase that to 3. I'm going to press enter, and that's that sorted. It's just going to sort the bed out for us. So all that's doing is it's just lifting it up at the moment. So it's doing head height, and it says please wait on the screen. So that's all good. Head gap, we leave that one as it is. It's at 1.5 sorry at the moment. Then we go down to table height, we leave that as it is. Gap check. So at the moment we've got gap check and it's on and it's automatic, action automatic. What that means is as soon as you start printing, it's then actually going to lift the lift the table up, and it's going to detect where that material is. So when you put it in remote, it will do that automatically, and then if it's too high, it will actually stop and rejig that table and make sure it's correct and carry on printing. If you don't have that on, it will stop and it will cancel your job. So I'm going to press N to come out of that. Table spaces are good, they're just the legs that hold the tables up. So I'm going to press left key to come out of there. Then I'm going to go to work set, and now it's going to actually start looking for my material. So I'm then going to go to work check, and then that will actually physically now feed my table back and forth. Okay, so it's completed that now. I'm just going to press enter. So that's now actually set up my material, and what it will do when we press remote, when we go to print, it will actually reset that up and it will recheck that everything is okay on the table. So I'm going to press left to come back out of there, and then at this point we could go into remote, but the last thing I'm going to do is, because I haven't done it already, is I'm just going to check the size of my board that I've got in there. So I've got a board which is 210 by 150, 210 by 150, and then we can set that up when we go through our adjustments on our computer. So there we go. I'm going to now press remote. What that will do now is, as you can see, it's now checking that table height for me again. This is a great mode to have it in if you're doing something that's worth a lot of money. So if each item needs to be perfect and you don't ever want it to cancel out, then yeah, this is the mode you want to have it in. If you've got something that isn't quite as expensive and you're time dependent, you may want to take this mode off so it doesn't check each time. So that's done. So now in remote, it's all ready to go. We've got a table height there. So now I'm going to bring my file into my raster link. So I've got my raster link screen here. I'm going to go to File, Open, and I'm going to go into raster link, and I'm going to go to a file that I've got here, which is this relentless one there. I'm going to go to Open. So that's to open it up. We've got a lot of jobs in our queue, but it will be right at the bottom here. There it is. So the first thing we've got is our info tab, and that just gives us information about the job. It can also give you things like how long it took to spool and the ink usage once we've ripped it. This is also where we can change special colours as well, just in this bit here. So I'm going to go down to, for this job, I'm going to go down to quality, which I want to put this in just a 600 by 600. Obviously we can choose what sort of materials we're using, the resolution, so 600 by 600 is sort of the lower quality, 1200 by 1200 being your higher quality. We can choose if we're going to overprint it or increase pass rates, so this is just for quality, and it's always worth giving it a go. You're only changing the options for this one job, so you may as well actually just give them a go, try it. So that's all done in there. I'm then going to go down to this one here, which is probably our main one, which is our general print. So now this gives us our logo on this side, and if I use my little zoom buttons down here, I'm going to zoom out. So what I want to do first is I want to make that that area to print on. So we go to our print area here. We've got standard at the moment. I'm going to go to setup. So at the moment we can't change anything in there because it's just our standard one. If I put this one as new, so I'm just typing in new, there we go, and press my plus, I can then go setup, and then we can change these. So our width, which is across, was 150 I believe, and then this one here was 200, let's call it. There we go. So now we've got a red box which actually shows us the size of that board that we've got in there, and then the rest of this space is our table. Origin 00 is in this bottom corner, so that bottom corner there, I'll put my mouse just there, is our bottom corner of our table, so it'll be down this side here. So what I want to do now is obviously I want to make this a little bit smaller, so I'm going to go to valid, which is at the top of here, and I'm going to take this to just 25% for this. I could rotate it if I wanted to, like that, so that will now rotate it on my job. I can put some copies in if I wanted to, so little green box just signifies that. And yeah, that is about it for that. So all I'm going to do now is I'm going to go to print, and then I'm going to go to make sure it's on rip and print, that's the one you want, and then I'm going to go to start. Pressing start will then send your job through to the queue. There you go, so in the job queue now, printer will start up. And you'll see that our information comes through to our screen here, blue light turns on, and there you go, and it starts printing. Because this is a nice quick mode, it'll be a really quick little print. Obviously there's no white in this, there's no gloss in this or prime or anything like that, but yeah, this is how to do just a standard print from start to finish on your UJF. There we go. So best thing to do is before we lift any covers or anything like that, you just want to make sure it comes back into our local mode, so the blue screen. If it doesn't, just press your function 3, which will turn it to the blue screen. Then lift up our cover, again, sirens will go off, and then we've got our job. That's it. and then that is all ready to go. So that's instantly cured and it's all ready. So yeah, that is how we just do a standard print on our UJF printer.